Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm still working on my travel junk journal from my recent trip to Paris. I'm just working on the last of the pages that I want to sort of do structural work to before I actually sew it into the junk journal. I sew the signatures in, sorry. And what I wanted to do is just come on and do a quick video on how to incorporate maps into your junk journal. So if you'd watched my previous video on how to get free ephemera from your trip, I picked up this map. It was one of these fold out maps, you know, it had adverts on the top, and then this was part of the map here. So the first thing that you'll need to do is, it's okay if your journal is going to be this size, but my journal isn't. I wanted it a little bit bigger. So as you can see, it originally folded there, and I've made another fold in the middle. Okay, so you want to fold it to generally the size that your journal is going to be. I like to do it a little bit smaller so you can allow for things to expand. So first of all, you'll need to fold it to amend the size of your journal. The second thing is that now you've got weak points because there's already been some folds in the journal. So I like to incorporate maps into my junk journal, and I don't particularly like to cover them. There's a couple that I'm going to just leave, you know, as actual maps throughout the journal, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to turn these into pockets. So what I've actually got, I'm not sure if this will show up on the camera, is just some piece of acetate here. These are recycled from embellishments that you get, any clear stamps. I just save them, I put them in my little scraps bin here, so I just put them in there, and then when I need for something like this I can just dig them out. So what I'm actually going to do is, I still hope you can see this, so I want to turn it into a double pocket, one here and one here. Now I don't have enough to layer it over to make it double, so I'm going to use that piece on here and this piece on here. I'm going to cut it down to size, and I will actually cut it in half, and I'll make a top pocket which only goes half deep, and then the bottom pocket. I am going to sew this, but you could use washi tape. I'm not sure how well glue would actually adhere the whole thing together, but this is going to strengthen that fold because you're going to have the acetate there to support the whole structure. So let me just cut that one down there, and then I will cut them both in half to make the pocket. Cuts fine, and you can save that piece for something else. Put it back in my scraps. Leave my paper trimmer out actually. So yeah, they're both going to be fine, and I probably want it about halfway, so I'll just lay them both over each other and try and cut them both together so that the pockets are both at the same height. Somewhere about here. No, actually, maybe a little bit lower, because you'll see why in just a moment. So there's a hair sandwiched. So those are going to be the bottom pockets, and then the top pockets I'm going to have to overlap ever so slightly. Let me just check the camera. I don't even know if, yeah, you can just about see the acetate. So I'm going to overlap it ever so slightly. So one will go behind the other. Now the reason for this is because I'm going to stitch along the top so that you can see the opening of the pocket, but I don't want to stitch the bottom, so I don't want to have to stitch this piece to close the bottom off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue the bottom, and then you won't be able to see it, it'll be covered by that. Okay, and then in there you can put all of your ephemera bits, photos, tags, whatever you want, and you'll still be able to see the map. What I also wanted to do is I wanted to just add some embellishment pieces, so I've done these clusters, and these are just with fussy cut images from magazines, a little bit of jelly printing, and I'll just put that over the top, and I'll put one down here. So I've already pre-prepared those for the video, so I'll add those on last. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to stitch along all the tops. So I'll do the tops first, and then to do the sides I'll need to put the map and the plastic together. Now the whole theme of my journal, as you can see, it's super bright, it's super art journaly, loads and loads of colours, paints everywhere. So I didn't want to use black thread. If you've got anything like this, any wacky colours of thread, they will look really cool with this. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to use this green, because don't forget it's going to run across there, so that might go really well. Or maybe I'll use that green. There's lots of greens throughout the journal, so I might use the brighter green. And for the bobbins don't match exactly, but this, yeah, that will do. So I'll sort that out. These were just from Aldi, in the special buys that came in one week. I think that was about £5 or £6. So super good. They aren't the best quality, they break, they snag, but just for having a variety of colours, I would recommend them. So I'm going to load up my sewing machine, I'll pause up the video, and like I said, I'm just going to sew along the tops just to give them some definition, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've stitched along the top of those. I had a few where the stitch caught. Where's the other one that did it? That one did it. I think it was possibly just a tension problem, but again, I don't mind that. That's the type of journal that I'm going to go for here. So I'm just going to position the top ones and glue those down. I think the colour looks really cool, and it does just highlight where the actual pocket starts, because you can't see that otherwise. Okay. Yeah, I think there is just about right, so I'm just going to glue along the bottom, and I'm going to use this tacky glue from Hobbycraft. It's just a PVA glue, and the main thing is that it dries clear. Oh, there's the cat. Okay, so all I'll do is just put a very thin bead along it. Make sure the pocket is exactly where you want it to be, and just press that down, and that will go over there. Right, do the same on the other side. Didn't stitch that down. Oopsie. Sorry about that. So the bottom will go there, but what I should have done before I glued that one down is I should have just put that on there, but I think I'll be able to catch it on the side when I stitch down the side. Sorry, because all I wanted to do is I just wanted to make sure that it does properly stick to the pocket, so I just wanted to put a couple of stitches on just to make sure it catches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some glue to the back of this, because as you might know, it's quite difficult to stick onto anything like this. So I'll just stick it there, put it a bit down from the top so you can still see the top stitching, and I'm just going to put a few stitches to catch it, or again, I'll just catch it down the side just so we know that it's stuck then. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this to my sewing machine, and I'm going to go around all three edges of each one, and then I'll come back and show you. So there we have it. I've just stitched around all of the edges just to get that really secure, and it does feel really firm, so I'm very happy with that. So you've got a pocket there to put bits in, pocket there, and a pocket there, so you can still add little photos in, little keepsakes and mementos, and still be able to see the map underneath, which I thought was really cool. I'll just address a few things about the actual sewing itself. Now, I don't use any type of special needle, I just use the needle that came with the sewing machine. I do have a digital sewing machine, but again, it's just from Aldi, one of the special buys, but it does do the tension for me. So if you have to manually do your own tension, then I would recommend that you practice on some scraps that you've got. But the machine went through absolutely fine, apart from just a few little blips there. But that doesn't really bother me, just because of the style of journal that I'm doing. What else was I thinking? Oh yeah, if you don't have any acetate or clear plastic, you could use vellum. You could use, I'm just trying to think, any thin or thick plastic that you have. You could use vellum, tracing paper even, that would work as well. You might have to double it up, but anything that gives you either a see-through or translucent type of background will work great. So I hope you guys found this useful. I just thought I'd come on and show you some ways how you can purpose your ephemera. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, because there will be lots more videos on this journal coming up, including a full flip through. If you haven't seen my previous video about how to decorate jelly prints, I'll just show you what I did. So I did some decorating of jelly prints. I can't find the actual one that I did on the video. Where is it now? Ah, it's inside here. So decorated that on the video. Here's another map that I've left in here as well, and I also decorated that in the video. So I'm going to leave that map blank, I think, or maybe just add some of my own personal photos to it. So yeah. Okay, thanks guys, bye.